Kurt, Jesse, gentlemen, welcome to the Forge. Now, first things first, gentlemen, we need to find out what blade from our ever-changing wall of Roman gladiator weapons you guys will both be building today, and what technique you're both going to be using to build that blade. In order to find that out, we're going back with an old-fashioned coin flip. I have an authentic Roman coin here, and if you win, you will have the opportunity to pick first. Now, Jesse, you want heads or tails?
I want heads.
You want heads. All right, ready? We have landed on heads. Do you want to pick the weapon you're both building, or do you want to pick the forge welding technique?
The weapon.
Want to pick the weapon. All right. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking the Copus.
All right, gentlemen, your blades must meet these parameters. The blade length needs to be between 16 and 18 inches, and your belly needs to be at least 2¼ inches. Now, as far as the hilt goes, you guys both need to have a functional guard and an animal head pommel. All right, Kurt, since you lost the coin toss, that means you must choose the forge welding technique. What do you got?
So with a belly that big, I think some raindrop Damascus will look really good on that blade.
All right, gentlemen, you will have 8 hours to build your Copus with raindrop Damascus pattern. Bladesmiths, good luck. Your time starts now.
I end up starting with 18 layers because I don't think I'm gonna need all 20 pieces for this blade.
Jesse's out of the forge, doing a hammer set first before heading to the press.
I wanna get close to the final length of the blade. That's when I wanna start putting in the raindrop pattern.
Whoa, Jesse also got all of his drops drilled in.
So after I have all these holes drilled, it's time to flatten out the billet and get the actual raindrop pattern. And then once I have that, it's time to start forging out the blade. The Copus is a really unusually shaped blade, and the belly height is actually one of the parameters that I have to follow.
Gentlemen, you have 4 hours left on the clock.
Once I'm comfortable with the shape of the blade and the bevels, I'm getting ready to quench.
Kurt's quenched.
Hotter than heck.
It sounded like there was a crack.
Uh-oh.
If I had to start over right now, I don't know if I'd be able to finish a blade.
Things are looking a little questionable for Kurt right now.
I'm not seeing anything, which is very relieving.
All right, we got 2 quenched blades. That was an immaculate color.
The quench could not have gone better. I tested it with a file, skates like nobody's business. Now that I've got a quenched blade, it's time to start working on the handle. I have all my pieces, but they're just blocks at this point, and I need to start shaping them.
Gentlemen, you are down to the final 20 minutes.
There's a much bigger gap between the handle and the guard than what I wanted.
If you do have gaps, fill them. Mix some sawdust with some epoxy, because any one of those small areas can really bite a piece of skin.
I'm gonna have a gap in my handle now.
There's so much to do and really not that much time to do it. I'm trying not to make an unfixable mistake.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmiths, turn off your machines, put down your tools. This competition is over.
Good job, man.
Nice job.
All right, Bladesmiths, welcome to the strength test. To test the strength and durability of your blades, as well as their overall construction, I'm going to be chopping onto these Roman busts. All right, Jesse, you're up first. You ready for this?
Yes.
Cool.
I've seen Ben test blades before, and he definitely doesn't hold back. I'm worried that my blade will either break in half, crack, or just spontaneously combust.
All right, Jesse, your edge is perfect. Like it never saw that bust. The overall shape is really good. My main concern is with the handle area. This distance, top and bottom, is just a little bit too small, so it's rubbing on my knuckle as I'm holding it, but it's not overwhelming. All in all, nice job. All right, Kurt, you know what's up. You ready for this?
Does it matter?
Not really.
I'm concerned about the weight of my handle. I'm also concerned about the finish. Jesse's blade looks like it's got a much finer finish to it, so hopefully I can outperform him in these tests.
All right, Kurt. First off, your edge held up great. Pattern you have on here is beautiful. It's a really nice raindrop pattern. Well done. Moving back to the handle is blocky, which kind of isn't a very comfortable handle to hold and swing. Also, it's got a gap in the middle, and the inside edges of that gap are sharp. They're sharp enough that they're rubbing pretty hard on my knuckle. But all in all, blade held up great in this strength test. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, gladiators, this is the sharpness test, the animal hide slice. Jesse, you're up first. You ready for this?
Of course.
Let's do this. All right, Jesse, let's talk about your copus here. Your edge is razor sharp. It cuts so cleanly on this animal hide. Overall, sir, your weapon, you'll cut. Kurt, your turn, sir. You ready?
Slice it up.
Will do. All right, Kurt, let's talk about your copus here. Now, your handle construction. If I do put my hand in there, my knuckle can get in there, and there's some sharp edges in there that can cut some skin. But your edges cut very well on this animal hide, and overall, sir, your weapon, you will cut.
Thank you, Doug.
Gentlemen, right off the bat, I want to say thank you so much for working so hard in this competition. And the winner of this battle in the Gladiator of the Forge competition is... Jesse, very, very well done. Now, Kurt, you did a phenomenal job. You're a pleasure to watch, but unfortunately, this blade didn't make the cut, and Ben's gonna tell you why.
Well, Kurt, this decision came down to the handle, and your handle with sharp corners on the inside was less refined than your opponent, and that's what we base our decision on.
I might not have won this challenge, but I am proud of everything that I've done.